Welcome, Nana fam, to the next episode of a recorded live stream of the behind the scenes of Grandma's Gaming Guides. This was a live stream recorded while filming the Grandma's Gaming Guides for the Legend of Zelda-Breath of the Wild. I hope you enjoy. Subscribe to see more. Like and comment on your favorite part. Welcome, 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 welcome. Okay. Let's see. How are we doing today? Okay. Who's here? Mysterio. Yay. I know because you checked in. Oh, you also said, hey, howdy, hey. I just didn't see it. Hey, howdy, hey. Okay, this light is too bright. It's like hurting my eyes. There. Doo-doo-doo. Okay. Let's make sure I'm centered. How are you today, Mysterio? Boop-a-doop, boop-boop. Boop-a-doop, boop-boop. Ready to sit back and listen to Nana's Gaming Guides. Yay! Yeah, I've been thinking, I still have one to edit. I still have to edit one. Not feeling 100%. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Something must be in the air. Marissa was sick yesterday. Hey, guinea pig. Hi, Dawn. Okay. Got my protein shake. No smoothie today. I ran out of, oh, I'm sorry, Mysterio. Hey, Courtney. My day's going good so far, Dawn. I ran out of, Greek yogurt. Got to get some more Greek yogurt and some more spinach for my smoothies. And listen while you do paperwork and reports. 294 days. You feeling better today, Marissa? Are you feeling better? Not really. Can you picture you replay Breath of the Wild? You should always replay Breath of the Wild. I mean, it's good to take breaks. Hey, Michael, how are you? Hello. 105 stream streak. Nice, Marissa. Okay, let me just finish up my shake here. Yeah, I need more spinach and more Greek yogurt for my smoothies. Where's my controller? Oh, there it is. Yeah, Marissa would have been a lot more, but her Egypt trip broke the streak. Hit 300k channel points. When I haven't done anything with the redemptions, I'm not gonna do anything with them until darn Egypt. I know, right? Yeah, I know. You should have not gone to Egypt on a once in a lifetime trip and stayed here and watched my streams, right? Yeah, no, you did the right thing by going to Egypt. That's funny. But yeah, I had a good meeting with the lawyer yesterday. Looks like we're going to move forward with moving my dad. Channel points hoarding is its own redemption. That's nice, Marissa. You're playing Fortnite. I have never played Fortnite. I do not have any interest in playing Fortnite. You just go around and shoot people. I don't like that. I'm not supposed to say that, am I? I guess it's Twitch. TikTok, they're a little more forgiving. Okay. So, today, traveling to Egypt is more important. Oh. Yeah, I'm not supposed to say that. It's a game. It was a game that you go around and you do that. Yeah, I just have no interest in that kind of game where you just go around and I prefer this type of game where you just, you're beating up on monsters. Very much looking forward to spending some time with me on your lunch hour. Nice, Michael. So glad you're here. Michael Garf. Is that Garf short for Garfield? I only think of that because, of course, Garfield is my favorite cartoon character. I've been a fan of Garfield since he was born in 1978. Oh, there's no gore in Fortnite. I know, but still, it's just, I don't know. I have not had very good experiences with multiplayer games. People take it too seriously. Way too seriously. It's still not right there. Is that right? Oh, wait. Two. There. There, I think that's good enough. Look, I got my little beads. You don't take it seriously. Yeah, guinea pig, but isn't basically, aren't you just playing with anyone in the whole world? So you have no idea who you're playing the game with. Oh, okay. You just took that. So it has nothing to do with Garfield. That's so funny. Yeah, I had noticed that, Garf. I'm a huge Garfield fan. When Garfield was born in 1978, started out as comics. It started out as comics in the paper, in the Sunday paper, the colored comics. You know, the comics in the Sunday were colored, and then during the day, the regular week, they were black and white. Came out then, and I was like, who is this gorgeous cat? Hey, Angela. And so, I fell in love with Garfield the day he was born in 1978. You did a thing, Tiny. So I did a thing. Okay, Tiny, what was the thing that you did? But yeah, I have a lot of Garfield stuff. I've given some of it away too, my Garfield stuff, but I still have so much. I gave away like more than half of my stuffed animals, and I still have like 2 garbage bags, like big, huge garbage bags full of stuffed animals. You love Garfield as a cat, and you love Garfield as a kid, and you also have cats. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, and it's after that I started having orange cats. Yeah, my first cat when I moved out was an orange baby. You ripped the door handle off the door at work, and when you went to open it and got yourself nicknamed the Hulk. Oh my gosh, Tiny. How on earth did you rip the door handle off of the door? Okay, it must have already been very broken. So now they just call you the Hulk. Now you need to be Le Tiny Villain Hulk Tiny. Or Le Tiny Hulk Tiny. You need to change your name again. Hulk. That is funny. You barely even pulled on it, and it was brand new. It was brand new, then it was not installed correctly. If it was brand new and you barely pulled on it, it was not installed correctly. Not at all. Nope. Okay. Any of you get a chance to watch the first and/or second tutorials? Your guinea pig was beating up on your other guinea pig and standing on the other one. Oh my gosh, guinea pig. That's horrible. Hang on. I got to take this call. Hopefully I'll be right back. Okay, sorry guys, that was a very important phone call and good news. Yay, more good news. Okay, what did I miss? Sorry. You did the thing. La tiny villain Hulk tiny. I love it. I love it. La tiny villain Hulk tiny. I love it. I love it. Oh, that's great. The aggressive guinea pig is a female piggy. Oh my gosh. I was always told you're supposed to get, well, unless you're purposely going to breed them, you should get the same sex guinea pig. That they make better companions. Back when we had guinea pigs years ago, we had two male guinea pigs. Okay, I've got stuff. Oh my gosh, hang on, I've got to sneeze too. Hang on. Oh, excuse me. Oh my gosh. So that was actually, I had to take that. That was my sister, Auntie Debbie. That was Auntie Debbie. Some good news. We're gonna be moving my dad into the apartment in the next 2-3 months. You're not gonna give a female. What do you mean, guinea pig? So yeah, so the meeting with the lawyer was good. Found out he does make enough money with all of his various incomes, retirements, stuff like that. He has more than enough money for the bigger one. He decided he wanted the bigger one. Because this was so cute. He's like, he wants to get a little sofa couch so that when I go up and stay there, I can actually stay with him. I'm not sure I'd want to stay with him. I'd probably stay with my sister, but that's okay. But then he also admitted he wanted a train set in that room. So he's going to get a little 1-bedroom with a den, which is nice. I mean, he's been in this house for 59 years. It's like a 1,600 square foot house. So he's going to go down from, 1,600 square feet to whatever 1-bedroom with a den is, 700 square feet or so. It's actually a fairly good size. It's a cute little cottage. Hey, Jess. So he can afford it we don't even have to, you're not going to give a female to your dominant? I thought your dominant guinea pig was a female. We're not even going to have to dig into the money once we sell the house. So, which is really, really good because this is the basic care. And when he moves, he does have Alzheimer's. So when he moves to memory care, it's going to be a heck of a lot more expensive. So we're going to need that money later on. So that also means we don't have to rush to sell the house. So I'm still planning to go up. We actually are going to get the place. That's what my sister just told me. Because the last she'd heard they didn't have one. But if we got, paid a deposit and got his name on the list, we'd wait. They have one just opened up. We get it September 1st, and we just have to start paying for it. We don't have to move him in right at September 1st. So most likely I'm going to fly up for a week in September because I can't do the whole month of September, and I'm not doing October. Too much stuff going on in October. So I'll probably fly up for a week in September, help him get starting to get moved in and stuff. And then I'm going to go up there for probably, like I said, a month in November so we can start getting the house like really ready to sell. Guinea pig, but you said the dominant one was a female. So earlier you said the female was the dominant. I'm confused. Now you're saying the dominant wants to be a father, so you don't want to give it a female. I'm so confused. Michael, it is very great when things work out like that. Read it again. Okay, I'm going to scroll up and I'm going to say, oh, my guinea pig can't do anything about it. Aggressive one. Oh, needs a female. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, I thought you said it was a female. Okay, so you have 2 males, but there's one dominant and one, yeah. No, if it's aggressive, unless you want babies. Ton of babies. Yeah, don't get a female. So yeah, so I'm really excited. So, but yeah, it always scares me when my sister calls because she never calls. So that's why I had to take it. But it was good news that, kind of good news. We were almost kind of hoping that they'd get one in October or September, but that's okay. We can go ahead and he's got enough money that we can pay for it and just have a little extra outgo. The only outgo, of course, for the next couple of months is just the extra utilities at his house. One less thing to worry about. Yes, Mysteria. Yes, Mysterio. You read it wrong too, Tiny? Okay, I don't feel so bad. So he's excited about it. His only thing is he really wants the house to be done, but we have to convince him now. And now that he knows, he was at the lawyer meeting, of course, and now he knows we don't have to sell the money. We don't have to sell the house right away because he does not need that money. And so we're going to turn off, once he moves, we'll keep on the internet and then just the utilities. And they've had that house for 59 years, so that house doesn't cost a lot of money. We'll just have the basic stuff done, and then hopefully by the end of the year we'll get it sold. If I go up there and spend a month in November, then we can get everything ready, hopefully get an estate sale person there. Take what we want, get the grandkids what they want, get an estate person in there, sell whatever, and then after that, at least with my grandparents, when we did this years ago with my grandparents, we had an estate sale person came in, and then what was left over, we had a garage sale, and then what was left over, we donated. So we'll probably try and do that same thing there. It'd be nice if we could do that all in November. So like the first couple of weeks of November, get it all done. It not necessarily fixing up. We're probably going to just sell it as is, Jess. They've kept up with it. The problem is there is definitely unpermitted stuff there because it's 59 years old, but they are the only owner. So we're just basically going to end up selling it as is. But no, it's totally move-inable. But the biggest issues are the garage door doesn't open because his train set was in the garage and there's a wall splitting the garage. So if someone really wants the garage, they're going to have to redo that, but we're not going to fix it. We're going to do very minimum. The air conditioner, I think, isn't even that old. The roof is still good. They put on the roof. It's been a while, but it should not need a roof. They have regular pest control, so it shouldn't have any pests. It's had single owner for 59 years since it was built. So it is what it is. But no, it doesn't really need, the carpets from probably 20 years ago, maybe more, but it still looks good because for the last 20 years, they've been old people. They go from their bedroom to the kitchen to the front room, and they've had cleaners come in. They've had professional cleaners. They have had cleaners for years. So the house has been clean. So no, it's just, we have, you hate carpet. I know. Me too. We have, they've got some old furniture. They've got some old stuff, the stuff that we don't want, they've got some antique stuff, all the stuff that we don't want. So that's why we're going to do an estate sale. You do an estate sale when you've got older furniture to sell and stuff. It's like a fancy garage sale in the house is basically what it is. And you hire a company to do it and they handle it. And then they just take a portion of the proceeds usually. It just makes it a little nicer. They tend to get more discerning people to come in for specific pieces of furniture or specific antiques, things like that. And then, whatever doesn't sell there, we do garage sale or yard sale. And then, it is what it is. So we'll have to do or donate or whatever. Depends on what's left. So we've got a lot of work. So getting ready is just the stuff. Just the stuff. Hey, getting ready, getting the house ready is not getting the house ready. It's getting everything inside of the house out and trying to get money for the stuff that's worth something. Because again, we're trying to make sure that my dad has enough money to live comfortably. And it's very possible my dad could live another 10 years. His dad lived till 102. He's going to be 89 this week. A few more days, he's going to be 89. And he does have Alzheimer's, but it's very early. So he very easily could live. He probably won't, but we have to count, because of his genetics and his current health, we have to count on 10 years financially. So we want to make sure he has enough money So some of that stuff, he was ready to throw it out. My sister was like, Dad, some of that's worth money. Stop. So yeah. Anyway, but yeah, we just have to make sure and convince him that we can handle, he can come help us, but he can move out. We also have to convince him that it'll be easier to get the house ready if he moves out. But now we're going to have the place starting in September. So I will probably fly up there for like a week or so in September. Late August, early September. And then I still have my plan of going up there for the month of November. If I go up there just for a week in September and fly, I would probably not do any live streams because I'm not going to take all my stuff. It's too difficult if I'm only up there for a week and if I fly to take all my equipment and stuff. You're picky about carpet because of the whole texture thing. Yeah, carpet just gets so dirty, especially if you have animals. I have a cat that throws up constantly, so carpet is not a good thing. It's so funny when I was looking at apartments. I looked at 3 apartments when I was looking at apartments. One was that senior place. It had partial carpet, but it was tiny. The other place I looked at was brand new. It was very nice, floor wall-to-wall carpet, and I'm just looking at that and white carpet, and I'm just like, nope. Plus, it was only a 1-bedroom and it had no amenities. So it's like, okay, a 1-bedroom with amenities, a 2-bedroom with no amenities, or a 1-bedroom with no amenities. Yeah, it's off the list. But yeah, it was so funny. I walked in and saw that white carpet. I'm like, yeah, no. But I went ahead and, it's nice. It was really nice. It was much newer than this place. But yeah, I saw that carpet. The senior one had like a mix of floor and carpet. But yeah, this place, no carpet. It's all flooring. So I like it. It's just yeah, easier to clean, and especially with animals. Especially with the animals that are dirty. But yeah, okay, so I guess we should start playing. We've been on for a half hour and sorry, but I had to take that phone call. I'm so happy that my dad's I'm happy that he's happy about moving out. I think he's lonely. I think he's very lonely, and I think he's really hoping to find some friends to talk to. He can go to the cafe and have dinner with a group of friends every night, and so I'm really excited. And so yeah. Sorry, I'm like, that's been weighing on us. We've been very concerned because I think both my sister and I didn't realize they had a second bank account that she thought was just CDs, and found out half the income was going into that bank account. And so we had thought he only was making like half of what he's making. And we were like, oh, I don't know if we can pull this off. And then, yeah, so when the lawyer like went through everything and my sister's now fully authorized. She's the power of attorney. So she can get on all the bank accounts and really start taking over. She's going to make like a QuickBooks of all this stuff. Because my mom was still handwriting everything. All of their financials were like being tracked in these the old steno notebook things, with the line down the middle, the old like shorthand books that she had. Because that's the type of, everything was written. Because of course, computers didn't come out until she was in her 60s? 50s at least, So yeah, everything's been just handwritten. And so my sister's going to get on all the bank accounts, get everything wrangled in, get it all organized, maybe get down to one bank, get what she can get out of their nasty financial guy's hands into her good financial guy's hands, and see if we can get, and especially once we sell the house, get stuff invested properly instead of that guy that ripped them off, that my mom still has stuff with them. I don't know why, but yeah, so get that all taken care of. And I was worried because they've had the house. You can't, anyone want to guess how much they paid for that house? They bought that house 59 years ago. Okay, I'm going to right now, people give some guesses of how much you think they paid for that house 59 years ago. I want some guesses. Come on. I want some guesses. Okay. Courtney and Elm had a guess. Courtney has a guess of 75,000. Elm has a guess of 10,000. Anyone else? Come on. People put some guesses in. Put some guesses in. Michael's guessing 20K. Anyone else? Tiny, 250,000. Okay. Anyone else want to guess? Anyone else? Anyone else? Going once? Going twice? Michael wins. Oh, inconsistencies, 25K. 20,000. 20,000. 59 years ago, they spent 29,000 on that house. 20,000. 20,000 on that house. So Michael, yeah, you guessed it. 20,000, 59 years ago. It's on Zillow, it's worth like 458,000. Well, so I was like, okay, taxes, capital gains taxes. Well, the lawyer said, because my mother passed away, it's going to be estimated at the current amount. So they're not going to have to pay taxes because my mom died. Yeah, because I was like, can you imagine taxes between 450,000 and 20,000? Yeah. So yeah, and of course, I mean they paid it off years ago. They paid it off a long time ago. Of course, they've owned it outright. Their interest rate, yeah. They bought it 59 years ago. Houses, you could get a house for 20,000. Tiny. 59. Yeah, I'm 59. 59 years ago. Remember, that was the early 1960s. Actually, no, late 60s. Bought a house in late 60s. Yeah, like 67, 68. Late 60s. In that area. It's up in Northern California. It was a brand new neighborhood. It was a brand new neighborhood. Their house was the third house on the street. I remember there were snakes all over the place because it was all fields. Used to be farms, and then it was fields, and they were slowly building up houses. And ours was the third one in the neighborhood, and it was all fields, so it was all snakes all over the place. That's partially why I hate snakes. So no, they literally bought it for 20,000, and that was a lot of money back then, you know. But they had to finance it, so they had a 30-year mortgage on that 20,000. But I mean, you can imagine the difference of, you know, what you were paid an hour. How fast it changed. I know, right, Courtney? Yeah, how fast it changes. Yeah, well, I mean, in 60 years, things haven't just, you know, gone up 100 times. They've gone up, you know, like 300 times. But yeah, it was a brand new neighborhood, and they were able to choose the model they wanted. There was like 4 models, 1 2-story model and like 2 different 1-story models. Or there's like, maybe there was 2 2-story models and 2 or 3 1-story. And it's so funny. Our neighbor's house is the exact mirror opposite of ours. It's so funny. But yeah, it's amazing. So yeah, almost 60 years ago, the house was 20,000 that they bought. So yeah, by the time they paid it off, their payment was nothing. Because it was so, I don't know what their interest rate was, but yeah, 20,000, that was a chunk of change back then. It sounds like nothing right now when thinking of a house, especially considering in Los Angeles, houses go for $1 million. You know, so back then a house in LA probably would have gone for like 50, 60, maybe 100K. So they were definitely in a lesser known, lower, you know, cost neighborhood because it was brand new. It was a suburb. Now where they live is a city, but back then it wasn't even a city. It was just a brand new suburb up in Northern California, outside of Sacramento. And so yeah. But yeah, I was worried the taxes were going to be crazy. But no, because my mother died, I guess it will be evaluated upon her death, which was 2 months ago. So he shouldn't have any taxes then, because there won't be any gain from 2 months ago to when we sell in a few months. So yeah, so that's the good news there. So crazy how things change. Yeah, just crazy. Okay, let's play. We've been in here for 40 minutes. I haven't even started playing the game, but that's okay. I've got a lot going on. So high in my priority right now, getting my dad taken care of. That's, again, that's a big portion why I'm just only streaming here 5 days, just because I've got a lot going on dealing with that, but so happy about that. Okay, so I'm hoping some of you, did anyone get a chance to watch either of the two? Yesterday I finally posted the second. I posted episode of the hoping anyone watch it. Anyone watch any of those? Either of those? And of course I still have the third one, because we just did this shrine. We just ended with this shrine last time, so I have that one done. So I'm thinking I want to include the I didn't get a chance to watch the second part. Well, yeah, Jess, I just posted it yesterday. You did watch the first part and you liked it. Great, yay. I watched, so as I was adding in the second one, I realized I said now a lot. I know on a live stream I say so a lot and okay a lot. Filming I said now a lot, so I have to watch that. I have to learn. Actually, the second episode I think only had 2 cuts in it. I did better. I did better. There was like a whole big long stretch on that one. There was a lot of that saying, yeah, now, dagnabbit, I don't want to fight these guys. Okay, I'm going to go back and load. I really don't want to fight these guys. Load, okay. So today, what I want to do, I was going to look up the shrine. That's right. I had some homework to do. I got to pull up, okay. I got to pull up notes, Zelda notes, and look at the shrine, make sure I know how to pronounce the shrine. Okay, Zelda notes. Okay, we are going for this one. Wait, did I learn Owadime? Wasn't it dime? Owadime? I have to look that up again. I think I looked that up. I forget. Okay. Owadime. Pronunciation. There we go. Owadime. It is. Owadime. Owadime. Okay. Owadime. Good. Okay. Owadime Shrine. We're going to the Owadime Shrine. Oh, and how do you pronounce? How do you pronounce doublet? Doublet. It is doublet. Doublet. Okay. Because I wasn't sure it was like double. Pair of 2 similar or identical things. Old-fashioned snug jacket for men. Doublet. It is a doublet. Okay. Doublet. And Owadime. Okay. So I think in this tutorial, I thought since we're kind of doing a walkthrough, and we're going to walk right past the house, that we might as well get the doublet in the same tutorial. Because like I said, I'm not just doing the shrines. I'm doing the tutorial. And then I think at the end, after getting all 4 shrines, I will also do another cut of just the shrines. So like take out all the dialogue and just do like maybe a speed through of the shrines or something. I don't know, I have to play with that idea of doing just the shrines, another cut. But yeah, so I thought it'd be good to do the go ahead and do. Now I'm not doing any of the Koroks. I'm saving all of the Koroks. And I'm going to do those separate as one video. And we're going to do Koroks by region. And at least in these beginning, I'll have to decide later on if I want to do Koroks as we come upon them. Like if we're walking down a road and there's a Korok right there. I think I will do that later on, but I think for the Great Plateau, I'm not even going to introduce the Koroks until its own video. And then even in future walkthrough tutorials, if I find a Korok, it'll still be part of finding all the Koroks in that area. So by then, because that's what I think, I'm going to have a specific way I look for the Korok, I find the Koroks. I have to think about that. And then in future areas, even if we find a Korok right by the road, I kind of almost have to make sure I stop enough to like allow a second of cut time so I can cut that and put it as part of the Korok. Stuff. Okay. So I need to introduce it. Again, I have the basic Grandma's Gamer Guides introduction, so I don't have to do that, which is nice. It's going to always be that same introduction to Grandma's Gamer Guides, and then I start with today. Okay, today we're doing the Owa Dime Shrine. Because the Old Man's isn't actually a quest. It's not an official quest. So maybe I'll say like we're gonna do Owa Dime Shrine, and there also happens to be a surprise on the way. Yeah, that might be fun. Huh? That might be fun. Okay, let that fade. Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. Today, we are going to do a walkthrough of the Owa Dime Shrine. Wait, stop, cut. I forgot. I don't remember which rune it is. Which rune is the Owa Dime? Which rune is Owa Dime? Which rune is rune? I can't spell. Which rune is Owa Dime? Stasis. Okay. Cut. I know, right? Cut. Stasis. I gotta turn this volume off too because this darn thing. There. This darn thing keeps doing the notifications that sound like a fart. In action, I know, right? Okay, here we go. Stasis. Today, we're going to do a walkthrough of the Owa Dime Shrine. It is also known as the Stasis Shrine. However, there's also a secret we're going to learn about on the way to the shrine. Now, once again, using our scope, we can see the shrine. We did mark that in our last tutorial. We can also see it on our map. We're going to walk to it. However, we must remember we're in a field of guardian. Wait, we didn't activate a guardian last time, did we? I don't remember if we activated a guardian. I don't think we did. Oh, shoot. I don't think we activated a guardian. I know we did in some of the videos. See that I wanted to have it all edited before. I forget it. I think I skipped it on the final one. Okay, because that's a guardian. Okay, let's load. Okay. I'm pretty sure I skipped it. Because we messed with it, but then I refilmed it, and I purposely went around it. I'm not sure if I mentioned it. I'm trying to think, because one of the takes we were avoiding it, but then I think we did skip it in the end, and I think I said I want to skip it for now. I don't remember. Okay, I can phrase it in a way that it doesn't matter. Okay, I can phrase it in a way it doesn't matter. And I said now again. Yeah, I said now again. Okay. Today, we're going to do a walkthrough of the Oa Dime Shrine. We will learn stasis in this shrine. However, as you can see, we have quite a ways to get to the shrine. Remember, we did mark it in the last tutorial, so it's easier to find as we're getting closer. There is also a secret I am going to show you on the way to the shrine. We also need to be very careful. I happen to know that unlike the guardians we've seen so far, this guardian is alive. Oh! You want to watch out for their lasers. Now you can simply hide. We will eventually learn how to defeat the guardians. For right now, we don't have strong enough weapons. We're going to avoid them. As far as checking these other guardians for parts, we're going to skip it. So I'm going to go back and go the long way around. Simply jump up this wall. That guardian does not seem to be... Oh, he's alive as well. No, we're just going to run and avoid. Quick note here. Nana's nuggets of knowledge. Always pick up a rock because you never know what's under it. Unfortunately, that one did not have anything under it. I think we're safe from other guardians. That one can't quite see us. So we're going to go around this way. Go through. Guardians are no joke. What do we have coming towards us now? This is a new creature. Now, sometimes creatures only come out at night. This happened to be something as known as a keese. Or as I like to say, darn keese! They're fairly easy to dispatch, at least the normal keese, if you're very careful. This is the first time we are picking up an keese eyeball, a rare material dropped by defeated keese. It's fun to look at, but it doesn't seem to have much use at first glance. But it must be good for something. And this is a keese wing. The wing of a keese. It's covered with very short, sharp fur. It's not much use by itself, but you can mix it with critters to make something useful. As I mentioned before, monsters often drop good loot. Here we can see a tower way over there, but if we remember what the old man warned, we do not want to go off the side of this wall until we have the paraglider. Let's continue up the hill here and work our way towards the shrine. What do we have over here? It looks like we have a fire over this way? Let's take a look with our scope. Oh, look, we have some sleepy bokoblins. Aren't they adorable when they're blowing their little bubbles? But not so cute. I want to go mess with them. We also have something new we haven't seen before. That's coarser bee honey. We're going to ignore that for now. And wait until we're stronger to battle more monsters. So let's continue to head over this way. Look, a frog! Let's get those frogs. Those are the same kind of frog we received last time. Nana likes her frogs. Here's another new thing. Once again, if you remember, insects need to be snuck up upon. This one is special. And it got away from me. Let's try another one. I wasn't sneaky or fast enough. Got to grab it right away. This is a sunset firefly. These fireflies glow gently in the dark. When cooked with monster parts, the compound that causes it to glow results in an elixir that will allow you to move more quietly. You'll find that a lot in the game. The action you need to do to get the monster happens to be part of what it's good for in an elixir. Let's see if we can get another one. And you have to be sneaky. We got another one. Okay, let's keep moving towards our shrine, which is over here. If you lose sight of it, you can always look on your map. What was that? Now that is a fallen star. Unfortunately, it's way far away, and because we cannot get off the Great Plateau yet, we can't get that. But we will cover star fragments at a later time. Let's see, should we try and get another star firefly? Sunset firefly. And I need to cut because I blew that, but that's okay. I should be able to cut there. That was pretty good, huh? I think that was pretty good so far. Sorry, Donna. I used your little guardians are no joke. I like that as I saw that, so I stole it. First time playing, you were like, I don't want to use the other word, but me take out every time you start over. Take them out every time you start over. Take out what? Oh, the guardian, Jess, you mean? That was pretty good. So we'll find a place to start here. Okay. And then goes around here. I should be able to cut it. Let's try and get... Okay, let's not bother with the fireflies. Okay. Is that a beetle? No, just a nub. Just a nub. Another thing to pay attention to, sometimes you'll notice something sparkling. In this case, it's just more apples, like we've already received. But sparkly usually means something good. This looks like something new. Let's climb up and see what this is. A rushroom, a mushroom that can grow almost anywhere, but prefers ceilings and sheer cliffs. Cook it before eating to temporarily increase your movement speed. That makes you faster. Once again, I will cover cooking in another tutorial. This looks like a cute little cabin. Now, we of course should be very careful when approaching even buildings. I happen to know there are no monsters in this building. This is part of the secret I was telling you about earlier. First, let's take a look around. Here we have a stamina. Stamina, okay. Darn it. Okay, this should be good enough. Guardian, oh, you showed your nephew how to take it out? Yeah, I just don't have enough weapons right now because I purposely haven't been getting a lot of weapons. Okay, and of course now we don't have the star fragment, but that's okay. Where was I? I was about here. Okay. One thing to watch for as you're running around is a sparkle. You see how there's a little sparkle coming off of that tree? That just indicates there's something that you should check out. This time it's simply apples, which we have received before. This, however, looks like something new. This is a mushroom, a mushroom that can grow almost anywhere, but prefers ceilings and sheer cliffs. Cook it before eating to temporarily increase your movement speed. Once again, I will cover cooking in a future tutorial. We've come across a house, and it looks like the old man is there. Now, I've mentioned before, you do usually need to be very careful around anything as new as you approach it. However, we saw the old man entering, which indicates there's no monsters. I also already happen to know that there are no monsters. Let's take a look around first. This is a stemella shroom, a green mushroom that grows near trees in the forest. It's chock full of natural energy. Cook it to release its stamina restoration properties. Remember, stamina is the wheel. We can see it here in our inventory. It's that green wheel, which we will increase in the future. When that runs out, bad things happen. Let's see if there's anything else around outside of the cabin. And we have another stemella shroom. And a few more. And as you remember, I like to collect stuff. Let's see. Oh, the old man is sleeping. We're going to continue to take a look around. This is something new. A spicy pepper. This pepper is exploding with spice. Cook with it to create dishes that will raise your body temperature and help you withstand the cold. Withstanding the cold is going to be very important coming up pretty soon here. Now, there are several books around Hyrule. Lucky for us, some of them we get to read. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. The Old Man's Diary. On this desolate plateau, the only pleasure that brings me comfort is cooking. Today, I outdid myself. Truly, I created the perfect dish. I call it spicy meat and seafood fry. This recipe not only restores health, but it also keeps me warm, even when traveling in the snowy mountains. With this dish on my side, I no longer have need of that itchy, warm doublet. Let's read more. I do not know how I allowed this to happen, but it seems I forgot to write down a very important recipe. I know it contained raw meat and spicy pepper. However, I simply cannot remember what else I used. My age is catching up to me. Sounds like me. Let's read more. Sadly, on this lonely plateau, I have only my own knowledge and memory to rely on. Still, if I did find someone who knew the missing ingredient, I would happily reward them with my warm doublet. However, it seems unlikely that such a miraculous wish will ever be fulfilled. Here we can either read it again or stop reading. Interestingly enough, when seeing something like in that book, it said, if I found someone to make this, that's a hint that you'll get something if you do that activity. Now, sometimes it's an official quest, but not always. In this case, it's not a real quest, but he did mention he'd give the person that gave him that meal his warm doublet. And that warm doublet could come very handy coming up a little bit further here in this game. Right now he's sleeping. We're not going to bother him because he won't talk to us when he's sleeping. Here's another woodcutter's axe. We've received this before. Let's take another one. And we have over here a baked apple. Once again, we've received that before, and a stamella shroom. Let's think about this for a moment. And we're going to actually have our first cooking. He said it was a spicy meat and seafood fry. He remembered there was the spicy peppers and meat in there. He didn't remember what else. Well, the clue is in the name, seafood. And if you'll remember, we do have some seafood. What we don't have yet is meat. We have the spicy peppers, which are conveniently on the table in the cabin. We don't have meat. We're going to need to wait until the sun rises, and then we should be able to catch a bird. Now, there are some quests that have a specific type of meat they ask for. But in many cases, when it says meat, it can be many types of meat. It can be a chicken leg or other type of bird meat, or there's also, you get meat from pigs, from goats, from deer. And we will definitely do more hunting in the game. Let's take a look around while as we wait for the sun to rise. First, what do we have here? A torch. This torch will stay lit once ignited, but if you put it away, the flame will be extinguished until you light it again. Now, a torch can be used as a weapon, but it's not very strong. It's best to keep it when you need a torch. And now we're learning how to throw a weapon, which sometimes can come in handy. What do we have here? Pot lid. The lid of a large soup pot. It smells vaguely of poultry broth. Yum! It can take quite a beating before breaking. Pot lid can also be used as a shield. Once again, it's not very strong, but nice to have if in an emergency. Have another Hylian shroom. Saw something over here too. Remember, look for those sparkles, and I think a beetle just flew away. And we're almost to daylight. Look at that beautiful sunrise. Another stamella shroom. We just have to wait for, I happen to know there are some birds that hang out on this plateau area. We need to find ourselves a bird and hunt it so we can make the meal for the old man. One of the beautiful parts of this game is just running around and collecting things, and look at the very beauty of this game. Look at how amazing this game is. There's the Temple of Time. We've yet to explore that. That's going to be some fun tutorials. Now, unfortunately, the monsters over there do not give us any meat. But let's look around for some birds. There's usually some birds that hang out on this plateau. We do need to be careful, however. Birds scare very easily. So we'll have to be careful. It's best to use your bow. Oh, look! A frog! Can we catch it? We caught it! There's some squirrels. Squirrels, unfortunately, only give you nuts. I need a bird. Many times in this game, you need to travel to different places to find what you're looking for. Let's try and sneak up on this butterfly. We received another summer wing butterfly. Okay, it's daytime now. Do you hear the birds chirping? There should be some birds somewhere. Those are little birds. The little birds don't give you meat. We're looking for a little bit bigger bird. There should be some around on this plateau somewhere. We also could go further into the forest to find maybe a boar or a deer, but I'm hoping to find a bird right here on the plateau so we can get the meat that we need for our dish that we need to cook for the old man. I see another beetle. Let's sneak up on that, and hopefully in the meantime some birds will come out for us to hunt. another bladed rhino beetle. If you remember, we caught one of those in our very first tutorial. Unfortunately, I'm not having luck of seeing any birds. This game at times requires a lot of patience. Let's keep looking. I see another beetle. Let's sneak up on that and go ahead and collect the beetle. Some people do prefer to just rush through this game. Personally, I love running around and seeing all the wonderful things I can collect in this game. Come on. Let's see, we've got to have a bird somewhere. Sometimes the game gives you exactly what you need. Other times you need to hunt for it. You might need to go further in the forest to find a boar. I was hoping to find a bird. Let's see if there's one closer to the house. Some animals only come out in the daytime, and vice versa. Some monsters only come out at nighttime. I am not seeing any birds. We are not having very much luck today. Let's get a little higher and see if maybe we can see a bird somewhere. As I mentioned before, the little birds unfortunately only give us nuts. We need a slightly bigger bird to hunt, and the game is not going to give us one. Let's head over this direction. We also can run a little bit faster at times, but we have to watch our stamina wheel, or it will go out. Okay, I need to take a break. Oh my gosh, it won't give me any birds. Hey, Hope. I'm debating if I want to find some, oh, hey, Ann joined as well. If I want to find some meat, skip back and just already have had some meat. Darn keys. Oh my gosh, I got to find a good place to cut that in. I was doing so good up into the stamina meal. I need to start over. I need to find some birds. I think I need to start back. Okay, let's see. Do I have a load somewhere? Okay, let's see where this one. Do I need more coffee? I do need more coffee. Where does this put us? I'm going to have to obviously edit this one together because that one was crazy. Where were we? We were just looking for some animals. Okay, what if I head back to... I now have enough inventory. I'm not quite as worried about the inventory matching up like I was earlier. Let's head back here. Oh, but it was nighttime, huh? Dang. Should have saved. I need to save a little bit more. I don't know if I want to reread the whole book. Should we maybe we should do the whole thing again? From the beginning. I don't know. I might do that and then like piece together the best part. Huh. Although I liked the keys. But that way at least it like kind of put me inventory wise and time wise the same. And even if I use the same, like the first half, I can maybe cut it together. Because that was getting too long. Dang. I wonder where there's birds. I need some birds. We need to find birds. Okay, I'm going to go make more coffee. Dagnabbit. That was going so well until I'm like just trying to kill time. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to get some more coffee. I will be back in 5 minutes or less. Go hydrate yourself. Be right back. Okay, I'm back with some coffee. That was going so well. Okay, I think I'm gonna redo the whole thing. And then I might splice parts of it together that went really well the first time and parts that didn't go well. I'm not quite so worried about my inventory completely matching up. I've got enough inventory now that it doesn't have to exactly match. Because I might not hit keys again, although I'm going to try and keep those keys in. I'll probably end up using a big portion of the first part, but I think just it might give me like some better parts to cut in. Well, now I know that the Guardian, this is the first time seeing the Guardian because the way it like does that little cut scene. So we did go back and not see the Guardian. We didn't activate it. That kind of confirmed it on my last go through. Chris, hey, welcome, Chris. I see you sneaking in there. Okay. And drink a little coffee. Okay, maybe we'll see. Well, it'll be nighttime before I get to plateau. There's no birds around here anywhere, are there? I'm just gonna take a quick look around. I don't think there's any birds here. Are there any birds here? There's keys. Oh, there's keys already at 7:25 p.m. Okay. Hey, Crazy Coot TV. Welcome. Welcome. Let's see. Triforce, a shield, an ocarina, a rupee, a boss key, and a chicken. All kinds of Zelda emojis. Awesome. We are in the middle of, okay, it's too late. We're in the middle of filming one of my grandma's gaming guides. Okay. I need to save it here again so that it saves it because the autosaves are taking over. Those are some cool emojis. I love the chicken. Okay, let's save this again so it oversaves all the autosaves. Okay, let me start over again. Oh, it's already 7:10 p.m. That's why. Okay. Here we go. And I'll just piece the best parts of each of these together. Emotes. Oh, they're emotes, not emojis. I don't know. What is the difference between an emote and emoji? I'm good. Thank you so much, Crazy Cute. How are you? You gotta remember, I'm a grandma. I don't know what the difference of those two. An emote. What is an emote versus an emoji? I don't know. I have no idea what the difference is. Is an emote a Twitch specific thing? They're the same as far as you know. I know. I was going to say they look basically the same to me. Isn't emote just the word that Twitch uses? But basically it's an emoji. Oh, after you hit affiliate. Oh, okay. Yeah, I bet you. I know there's a lot of stuff on here that I don't have activated correctly because I have limited knowledge. It's like an emoji. Okay, I thought so. I was like, isn't it basically an emoji? But it's like Twitch specific, right? Okay. Okay, we're gonna just redo this, and then I will piece together the best parts of the different things. And I'm gonna try and hopefully find a bird. A bird. Okay, action! Today, we're gonna cover the Owa Dime Shrine, which cut. To rethink about what I was going to say. Okay. Today, we're going to... more coffee. More coffee. Oh my gosh. Okay. Today, we're going to walk through the Owa Dime Shrine. In this shrine, we're going to learn the rune Stasis. If you'll remember, in the last tutorial, we actually used our scope to mark with a pin where the shrine is. We can see the pin in the scope. You also can see it on the map in your lower right section of your screen. I don't know, am I right from left? Do I? You see the little red, and that lets us head towards that direction. And that was horrible. Okay. Again. You're still learning as well. How thing works. Nice. Yeah, I know. I mean, I've been on here 1.5 years, but I still don't know how it works. Okay, here we go. I want that shrine to... Okay. Today, we're going to walk through the Owa Dime Shrine. In this shrine, we will learn the rune Stasis. As you can see, it's quite a bit of ways. From the last tutorial, which you may have watched, we had already set a pin, which helps us, in case we lose sight of the actual shrine, to see the direction we need to head on the map in our lower right corner. Let's head ahead. Oh, we have some keys. Okay, I wasn't ready for them. I got to redo that. Oh, we have some keys. Darn keys! Okay. Again. There we go. Today, we're going to walk through the Owa Dime Shrine. Okay. Take it. I'm not having good luck today, am I? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Playing around with it. How to add emotes on some badges. Yeah, I need to do some of that. Crazy coot. Luckily, I've got some cool stream element stuff because I have an amazing follower on here. One of my amazing regulars, Katie, helped me hook up the stream elements. So we have some fun stream element stuff on here. That was very helpful. Okay, let's try again. Today, we're going to walk through the Owa Dime Shrine. We will learn the Stasis rune in this shrine. As you can see, it's quite a bit away from us. If you'll remember from the last tutorial, we've already marked the shrine with a pin using our scope. This allows us to see the location on the map, either the little map in our right corner or the big map where we can see the pin. This helps in case we lose sight of the shrine to know which direction we're going to go. Let's head towards the shrine. Should we check out this guardian? Surprise! We've got a live one! This is known as a decayed guardian. He's actually active. We want to watch out for that laser. Now, because he's stuck in the ground, he can only get us with a laser. Right now, we don't really have that strong of weapon, so we're going to avoid him and come back later to battle him and then get the pieces from these other guardians. So let's head back this way and go around. There's many different types of guardians that we will learn as we go on further in the game. There's another live one. Again, that's called a decayed guardian. Now, sometimes you'll see a little notice on your screen come up. In this case, it's saying to pick up, this is a rock. A Nana's nugget of knowledge is to always pick up rocks. This time there was nothing under the rock, but sometimes there are definitely things under the rocks. Let's keep going towards the shrine. We also can run by pushing B on our keypad, but notice the stamina button. So see how we use the stamina wheel all the way and Link slows down? We want to be very careful to not overuse the stamina. You can just run in short bursts. What are those pretty little shiny green lights? Let's sneak up on it. Remember, all of the insects in this game, you have to sneak. Also, have to grab these quickly. This is a sunset firefly. These fireflies glow gently in the dark. When cooked with monster parts, the compound that causes it to glow results in an elixir that will allow you to move more quietly. That is a cute little insect. Let's see if we can get a couple more. Nope, they're going to run away from us. Again, you have to be sneaky. These insects come out at night. There are some insects, some monsters that only come out at night, and most of the animals only come out in the daytime. What do we have over there? Get a little closer. We've got a sleepy bokoblin. Look at how cute he is blowing those bubbles. Cute, but dangerous. We're going to just avoid the monsters at this point because we do not have very strong weapons. Now I see something shining over here. It's always good to check out something shiny. In this case, it's just an apple tree. And we've had apples before, but let's go ahead and grab these. Apples are a good thing to have. This looks new. Shiny basically means you can collect it. This is a rushroom, a mushroom that can grow almost anywhere, but prefers ceilings and sheer cliffs. Cook it before eating to temporarily increase your movement speed. We will have a future tutorial covering all the different types of cooking that you can do. What is this? I see a cabin. Now, normally you need to be very careful when approaching any type of building or ruin because there could be monsters. However, you'll notice the old man is sitting there, which indicates there are no monsters in this building. Let's go ahead and take a look around. This is a stemella mushroom, a green mushroom that grows near trees in the forest. It's chock full of natural energy. Cook it to release its stamina restoration properties. Let's take another look around the house. I'm going to pause a second because I saw a new person come on. Hey, it's Harry. You're seeing a behind the scenes. Harry, I'm a pro at Breath of the Wild. I am a pro. I am filming something called Grandma's Gaming Guides. I already have the first 2 episodes up on YouTube. This will be the 4th episode. So I still have to edit the 3rd episode, which we filmed last week. So twice a week on live streams, twice a week on live streams, I am filming these Grandma's Game. I'm filming basically like an entire walkthrough. So unlike a lot of the tutorials out there that just show you like the shrines or the important stuff, I'm actually doing like a whole walkthrough of the whole story and all the land and grandma style. So you're actually seeing a behind the scenes of filming Grandma's Gaming Guide. So that's why I'm literally explaining everything. And I usually ignore the chat during that. Yes, actually the entire live stream will be uploaded I'm a bit behind because I had to create a new introduction video for the Grandma's Gamer Guide specifically. It's going to be a new playlist. So the entire live streams, this is actually I think the 4th or 5th one, they will soon be up on YouTube. And then all of the tutorials will be on YouTube. There's 2 up there already from the beginning of the game. I do play Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not playing it right now. It's hairy. Normally, I do also stream on the Clock app, but I'm taking a break currently from the Clock app for personal reasons. So right now, I'm only playing Pacopia, Stardew Valley, and Breath of the Wild here on Twitch. I stream 5 days a week. I'm going to be doing that for the next few months, and then we will get back to a bigger schedule and over on the Clock app later this year. I just have some things going on in my personal life that just... I don't have the energy for the Clock app, but I have definitely played Tears of the Kingdom. You can actually find full through the entire game live streams on YouTube as well. I've got over 800 videos, past live streams by playlist on YouTube. So if you want to look at some of the Tears of the Kingdom, you can watch my Tears of the Kingdom run-throughs. Oh, you like Stardew as well. Oh, thank you for following. I'm glad you enjoy it here. We're chill. We're totally chill. So yeah. Sunday is Pacopia. Monday is Stardew Valley. Tuesday is Breath of the Wild, where I'm filming the Grandma's Gamer Guides. Wednesday's my day off. Thursday, I start with Stardew, and if we have enough energy, I'll switch over to Pacopia. Friday, again, is more Breath of the Wild, and then Saturday is a day off. So right now I just have a small streaming schedule. I'm only streaming here on Twitch. But you can also find me on the Clock app. I am still doing some posts on the Clock app. I'm just taking a break from live streams. But yeah, my schedule will expand over there and to more games later this year. Probably in December at some point. And we'll get back to other games playing. But I'm glad you enjoy it here. We're chill. We're just chill. A bunch of us have been together for a while. And you get to watch the behind the scenes. But yeah, go check out my YouTube. Again, it's Gamer Nana Jen. Got a whole bunch, especially if you're newer to Tears of the Kingdom. There's 2 run-throughs on there. One with full hearts, one with 3 hearts. So yeah, you can take a look at those if you want more hints on Tears of the Kingdom. But yeah, I've also there's several runs of Breath of the Wild, including a master mode. Couple master modes runs in Breath of the Wild. 3 heart run. Currently around 16 hours into your Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, nice. Nice. If you have any questions about Tears of the Kingdom, don't hesitate to ask. A lot of it I know just off the top of my head. Okay, where were we? You can sometimes find several things around buildings. Here's another stemella shroom. A few more stemella shrooms. We have a Hylian shroom. We've seen that before. Oh, it looks like the old man is going to go into the cabin. He's probably going to bed. It is midnight after all. Let's keep looking around. A torch. This torch will stay lit once ignited, but if you put it away, the flame will be extinguished until you light it again. A torch can be used in a weapon in emergency, but it's best using it as an actual torch. Here we have a pot lid, the lid of a large soup pot. It smells vaguely of poultry broth. Yum! It can take quite a beating before breaking. As with the torch, the pot lid can be used as a shield in an emergency. We now actually have 2 shields, and so have learned how to switch shields. Let's take a look inside the cabin. The old man looks like he's going to go to bed. Let's see what's on the table. Examine. A book. There are several books in Breath of the Wild. Many of them you can read. Let's read this book. The Old Man's Diary. On this desolate plateau, the only pleasure that brings me comfort is cooking. And today I outdid myself. Truly, I created the perfect dish. I call it spicy meat and seafood fry. This recipe not only restores health, but it also keeps me warm, even when traveling in the snowy mountains. With this dish on my side, I no longer have need of that itchy, warm doublet. Let's read more. I do not know how I allowed this to happen, but it seems I forgot to write down a very important recipe. I know it contained raw meat and spicy pepper. However, I simply cannot remember what else I used. My age is catching up to me. Sounds like me. Read more. Sadly, on this lonely plateau, I have only my own knowledge and memory to rely on. Still, if I did find someone who knew the missing ingredient, I would happily reward them with my warm doublet. Pay close attention to what he just said. However, it seems unlikely that such a miraculous wish will ever be fulfilled. And we've reached the last page, so we can stop reading. What do we have here? A spicy pepper. The pepper is exploding with spice. Cook it with it to create dishes that will raise your body temperature and help you withstand the cold. Now, you may not be familiar yet, but there are cold regions that we're going to be approaching, not in this tutorial, but in the next tutorial. We've just learned how to throw a weapon. That could come in handy. Let's keep looking around. I'm not going to bother the old man yet. You're welcome to talk to him, but I know at this point we're not ready to talk to the old man. Now, here's a cooking pot. We will definitely have a more lengthy cooking tutorial later, but the old man said if someone could find the missing ingredient, he would give them the warm doublet. The warm doublet would come in very handy in going after the fourth shrine on the Great Plateau. So we need to cook. Now, he said it was spicy meat and seafood fry. He knew it included spicy peppers and meat, but forgot the last ingredient. Well, duh, seafood. So if we take a look at our inventory, now we did just receive some spicy peppers, and we also have Hyrule bass, which is seafood. Generally, when it talks about raw meat or seafood, there's very different types that will suffice. We don't have any raw meat. Now, there's many different types of raw meat. They're birds. Most of the birds provide meat as well as boars or deer. It is nighttime, so unfortunately, we won't find any meat right now. Let's see. One thing we can do, if you notice, it does say sit. You can sit by the fire to pass the time. I think I'm going to sit until morning. That way we can hunt for some meat. Cut. Okay. That went a little differently than the first time I did it, but I think I like that. You're loving stumbling around aimlessly so far. Probably get into some more guides as you finish the main quest line to work to 100%ing your save file. Oh, that sounds awesome. It's Harry. So far you've gotten Tulin. Oh, okay. The rock dude. Yunobo. Yunobo is the rock dude. I love it, the rock dude. Okay, we're going to call Yunobo the rock dude from now on, guys. I love that. Okay, I think actually that, parts of that I liked better than the first one. Parts of it I liked less than the first one. I wonder if I can cut the keys in. Oh, but I don't have the parts in there, do I? Yunobo, yes, Yunobo. That's funny, the rock dude. I love that, the rock dude. Okay, I liked part of that tutorial better. Okay, we're going to continue and try and find some meat. Look what landed right in front of us. This is actually a pigeon. Now, you need to be very sneaky. That was so convenient. And it provided us with a raw bird drumstick. This meat is tougher and chewier than a standard steak. Tastes better cooked. Yes, in this game, you can actually eat raw meat without getting any diseases. Very nice. Now we have enough ingredients to cook the spicy meat and seafood fry. If you'll remember, the old man said it contained the spicy pepper. We're not going to eat it. We're going to hold it. Meat, in this case, we're going to use a raw bird drumstick. Again, there's many types of meat. And the last ingredient, which he did not remember, but given the name included seafood, we're going to take a guess that it includes seafood. Now, you can hold up to 5 items. We're going to hold these 3. If you're close enough to the cook pot, you'll notice it says A, to cook. Link sings a little song while he's cooking. Yay! And we did it! Spicy meat and seafood fry grants mid-level cold resistance, a filling dish made by cooking fresh seafood and meat together. That matches the name that the old man mentioned. Now, you'll notice it has 5 hearts. So that indicates it's going to grant you 5 hearts of health. Now, we only have 3 hearts right now. There's a second little box next to the hearts, and it shows 2 little, those are actually snowflakes. That indicates it has double strength cold resistance for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Meals are one way that you can avoid different elements throughout the game. And again, you'll learn more of those in my future tutorials. As you'll see, cooking a meal ingredients by selecting it from your inventory and then select a recipe. Okay, the old man is gone. Where did he go? Let's see, I see him over here. He's chopping down a tree. Let's go talk to the old man. Hi-ya! Oh, fancy that. So we meet again. I'm going to ask him, what are you doing? I thought this tree here might make for some good firewood. However, getting a tree to fall exactly where you want it to is quite an art. The trick is to turn your hips so that they face where you want the tree to land. So, I see you found my axe. Why not help me out and give it a few swings? I'm working up quite a sweat here, but these bones could use a break. Now let's go ahead and cut a tree. He gave us a very big hint. You'll notice there's no way across this big drop. We don't have the paraglider yet. So the old man gave us a huge hint that we can cut a tree down. Maybe we can make a bridge. Now he said to have our hips the direction we want to go. And let's equip our axe and get to chopping. Chop, and there it goes. And we lucked out, we have a bridge. But first, I'm going to go back and talk to the old man and see if we can get his warm doublet. That won't help us with this shrine, but it will come in handy in the next tutorial. Let's wait till he sits down. Sometimes in this story, you have to wait till characters are in a certain location. And now it says, old man. What is it? I'm going to be like, what you doing? This body of mine isn't what it used to be. Recovering from a bout of hard work takes a while. If you're hungry, I have an empty pot you can use to cook yourself a meal. Now, in this case, because we've already made a meal, I'm going to say, I cooked something. Wait, is that? That looks just like my signature perfect dish, spicy meat and seafood fry. But how did you? Well, I suppose that is not important. Can I trouble you to share the recipe? Of course, Hyrule Bass. How could I have forgotten? Well done. Now please allow me to reward your culinary efforts with this warm doublet. And that's what I was looking for. Now, once again, it's another piece of clothing. A warm pullover typically worn by mountain folk. Its sturdy fabric and thick gloves are great at retaining body heat. Now, once again, similar to weapons, in this case, you'll see not attack, but defense. Next to it, we see an additional little box with the snowflake, and it says cold resistance. So if you remember, the meal had 2 snowflakes. This has 1 snowflake. This indicates it has 1 level of cold resistance. The difference between having clothing versus a meal is clothing does not have a time limit. With that, you will be able to resist the bite of colder environments. As for me, I know a great spicy meat and seafood fry recipe, so I can do without that warm doublet. And we're ready to move forward. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break. I think that went pretty well. You're so inquisitive about saving him from that mask. Oh, Yunoba. Oh, so this is your first time through Tears of the Kingdom? Oh, yeah, that's a fun story. He's like a WWE like wrestler, or not WWE, the other one where they dress up in the funny costumes. Wrestlers. That's a fun storyline. Yunobo. Yeah, Yunobo. Okay. Yeah, it's Yunobo. You didn't know you got that warm doublet that way, Jess? Look, see, I'm already teaching you guys stuff. Yes. It costs rupees otherwise, yeah. Or you get lucky with a chest. Yeah, you just got to cook a meal. Just got to cook a meal. That's it. Okay, let's proceed on to the shrine. Now let's go back to the bridge we made using the tree a few moments ago. Shiny! Let's collect these apples. The little shiny sparkles give away. There's something that we can collect. There's also an apple up there, but I'm not going to bother with that at this time. I sometimes just get the easy stuff. Ooh, we don't need to push it. We're going to jump up. Funny enough, I have a hard time making Link walk in a straight line. But you do have to be careful because you can fall off of the log. I do see some bobbies over there. I'm going to ignore them for now. Again, I don't have the best weapons. If I remember correctly, the shrine is at top of this cliff. How are we going to make it up there? Let's see. Look at that, little outcroppings. We can start climbing. Remember, we don't have that much stamina. I'm going to let my stamina wheel get full. I'm trying to hop. Did you notice that my little jump when I pressed X took a lot more stamina? When you only have one stamina wheel, it's best to reserve your stamina instead of jumping. Jumping takes a little extra stamina. Now later in the game, we're going to be able to collect some clothing that helps with that. Keep watching my tutorials to learn more. And I see another rush room. We'll grab that and come over and rest on this outcropping. Let our stamina recover. And head up. And there's another outcropping. Let's head that direction. And Link pretty much automatically climbs on a surface like this. But you can hit B to let go if he doesn't do it automatically. Okay, let's go for the next section. Oh, let's see, it looks like there's an outcropping up there. Link can climb pretty much even vertical cliffs. He cannot climb upside down, however. So you do need to be careful of the direction of the cliff he's climbing. Let's gain our stamina back and go the next level. Oh, I see an outcropping over here. Remember, we will be increasing our stamina level once we have more spirit orbs. And that will definitely help out in the future parts of the game. Let's recover our stamina. I think this is our last section. Looks like we're going to be able to reach the top now. Almost there. And we watch our stamina wheel. It looks like we're going to make it okay. And I see the shrine. You remember from the last tutorial, we talked about how when you first approach a shrine, it's all orange because we've recognized the shrine, but we have not activated it. Let's go ahead and activate the shrine. And the travel gate is registered. We can now fast travel. And as you see, because we activated the shrine, it is now partially blue and partially orange, both on the shrine and the map, indicating the shrine has been activated, but not conquered. Okay, I need a quick break. Oh, that's going pretty good, huh? Oh yeah, I call them bobbies. I call the bokoblins bobbies. It's Harry. Link is superhuman. Yes. Yeah, he can climb. He just can't climb upside down. But yeah, he can climb about 45 degrees angle. You're correct. Okay, I think that went pretty well. I just need a quick break and a sip of coffee before I went into the shrine. Okay, here we go. And we enter the shrine. So I've mentioned in my past tutorial, there's a monk guarding the shrine, and he has been here 10,000 years. To you who sets foot in this shrine, I am Owadime. In the name of the goddess Hylia. Dagnabbit, I wasn't fast enough. Okay, I can load right here. I should save here too. Oh my gosh. I have to read a little bit faster, don't I? You like how I word my guides? Oh, nice. Yes, they're basically meant for beginners. It's Harry. It's kind of meant to be a combination of entertainment and a tutorial. It's meant more for beginners who've never been on this game. And in the future, I'm going to piece together even more guides. So, like, eventually I'm going to have, like, a guide with just all items and all shrines. And so there'll be story guides and then more tutorials cut from them. But I'm trying to do it a little different. I'm just a grandma almost narrating a story, kind of. If that makes sense. Okay. And let's enter the shrine. If you remember from the last tutorial, each shrine has a monk that guards it. And that monk has been there for 10,000 years, waiting for a hero. To you who sets foot in this shrine, I am Owadime. In the name of the goddess Hylia, I offer this trial. The stasis trial. And once again, we are going to extract the rune. This is our third rune that we are receiving. The slate has been authenticated and it's now going to distill the rune. And boink! There we go. We now have the stasis rune. Stop the flow of time for an object. It stops an object in time while storing its kinetic energy. The stored energy will act upon the object when the flow of time resumes. Making good use of stored energy can move even the largest of objects. The rune has been extracted. And of course, this shrine is all about using that rune. Similar to the magnesis rune, you'll see different shades of color. So everything that's yellow can be stopped. And it turns almost a lime green when it's ready to be actually activated. Now we want to time the stopping, because if we stop it when the platform is straight up, we're not going to be able to cross the bridge. So we get ready and stop time. And now we can run across the bridge. Now we can let it just actually run out, or we can take the rune again and break it. In that case, it ran out before we had a time to break the rune. Here we have a large ball running down, yet it looks like this is the only path that we have. Here, we use the stasis to grab the rock, and then we're going to run up to the next level. And see where we are. It looks like we have to go this way. I did see a treasure chest up here. We might be able to make it, but I'm going to go ahead and stasis the rock again to get up here and get to this treasure chest. Let's see what this treasure chest holds. A traveler's shield, a sturdy shield loved by many an adventurer. It is made of animal hide and sturdy wood and is best suited to defending against weak monsters or animals. Now, if you'll notice, our defense goes from 3 to 4 if we change to this shield. We can look at our inventory and see it is actually our strongest shield. So we can go ahead and equip that one. It's good to change your shields and your weapons based on what you have needs of. And at this point, we can just run down behind this ball because we're only going down to this level. Looks like we have something new here. An iron sledgehammer. This large iron sledgehammer was originally used for mining, but it works reasonably well as a weapon too. The sledgehammer comes in very handy later in the game for mining. We have a rock in our way. Sometimes Link can move stuff. He is incredibly strong, but it doesn't look like we're able to move this. Here's where stasis comes in handy. We can stasis an item, and then using a weapon, in this case we're going to switch to the sledgehammer, we can hit the object. And do you notice the arrow above it is getting darker and bigger? And it went from yellow to orange. That indicates how strong a hit, which will depend on how far the item goes. The arrow also indicates the direction you want to send the item. And we moved it out of our path. I do want to check, if you remember from my last tutorial, I like to make sure I've collected all of the treasure chests in a shrine. Now you'll notice Oa Dime Shrine, and you see the little treasure chest next to it? That means we collected all of the treasure chests in the shrine. We are ready to complete the shrine. And let's talk to the monk who's been guarding the shrine for 10,000 years. Your resourcefulness in overcoming this trial speaks to the promise of a hero. In the name of Goddess Hylia, I bestow upon you this spirit orb. You receive our spirit orb. And a symbol of courage given to those who have overcome the challenge of a shrine. You'll notice in the upper right corner, we saw that we now have 3 spirit orbs. May the goddess smile upon you. The monk's duty is fulfilled. You can skip through that ending, but I do like to talk to the monks. We have now conquered the Owa Dime Shrine. I'm going to leave you now. In the next tutorial, we'll get the last shrine on the Great Plateau. For now, so long. Okay, I think that went okay. I think that was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was fun. Now I just have editing. I still have to edit the third one. This one will be a little bit of a challenge because I liked some of the stuff in the first run, but I didn't get it in the second run. Wonder if we can go get a keys. We'd need the key stuff. If I wanted to keep the keys, I probably just won't have that in. We'll have to wait and get more keys later. Because, yeah, I don't have any key stuff, do I? No, I don't. And also, it wasn't in my inventory when we were getting that. Okay. I'm probably just going to ignore that. Okay. I'll probably do the second run that we did. But that was fine. I'll work on editing that. So tomorrow, remember tomorrow is my day off. So I'm going to really push myself to edit both number 3 and number 4. And then I'll at least get 3 uploaded. And then Thursday I can upload 4. And I did actually this morning, I filmed my intro video for the live streams. So I can finally get caught up. Because I have not uploaded any of the behind the scenes live streams. Because I needed to create a whole new playlist and that. So I can start getting those uploaded. So hopefully tomorrow I get that all caught up. But I think I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I'm hoping to meet a friend today, and I still working in my apartment, and now I've got to figure out when I'm going to go to Northern California to help my dad. So I'm excited that things are looking good and getting my dad moved. So happy that is looking so much better. That is looking so much better. So I'm going to be a busy beaver helping my dad. No, I don't want to load. I want to save. Helping my dad get moved. So I'm probably going to go up for a week in September and then the month of November. It's going to be a busy month. So yeah, I'll have to wait and see. I'll have to determine. But yeah, if I fly up in September, I don't know that I'll be able to stream. It depends. I have to think about it and figure out if I can take all my equipment, but probably not because it's a lot to take. Although I don't have the props, of course, for that I use on the clock app. It's so nice that I don't have to use the props. But yeah, I'm very excited for my dad. It's going to be a big change, but he seems really, really excited for it. I think he's lonely. I know he's lonely. He's very, very lonely. And so he's hoping, he said he's going to wear all his train stuff, all his train shirts. So hopefully he can find, strike up a conversation if someone sees his shirt. He's hoping to find someone else interested in trains. And especially because he's getting the bigger place with the den, he's going to have some kind of little model train set up that he can tinker with. And so hopefully he can maybe find someone that's also interested in the trains and get a friend. Hopefully that's the goal. and not be lonely in that big house by himself. So I'll know more once I learn the full schedule. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Welcome to my new followers there. And again, tomorrow's my day off, so we will be back to. We'll start with Stardew on Thursday morning, and I want to push myself, especially with the new bubbly basin on Pacopia. We'll probably do like a couple hours. I'm going to try and push myself to start earlier on Thursday, so maybe we can do like 3 hours of Stardew. Then maybe I'll take a break and then do an afternoon stream. It's supposed to be a little cooler, so afternoon stream wouldn't be so hard to do Pacopia on Thursday. So that's my goal for Thursday. I'm going to say so long. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you, Dawn.